human beings, and then they show up and they do something like this. Big play slay indeed, Schrags. That is one big play out of the Detroit Lions cornerback.
I love that. Is he the coolest kid at the graduation or what? He comes in and Darius Slay was at his party. I love it, Will. Good stuff. We'll get back to you in a little bit. Back here on the East Coast, though, we are talking about a coach on the West Coast. That's Rams head coach, friend of the show, Sean McVay. He got engaged Saturday night, and he got engaged in the French Riviera. Ooh. Check out the Instagram story his fiance posted. That is his fiance, Veronica. This was something that was in the works. Thinking about doing it. Waited till they go to Europe. They're now engaged. Sean McVay did not get the ring last year in the Super Bowl, but does get the ring this summer. Hey, Nate, he, like you said, what? I can't say it. Put a ring on it? Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're doing. With that in mind, and congratulations, obviously, to Veronica and Sean, we thought we'd have a fun segment calling it I Do or I Don't. We propose a few topics, and you guys will tell me if you do or you don't.
All right.
So let's begin.
Let's do it.
The Rams went to the Super Bowl last year for the first time since 2001.
Okay.
But their high-flying offense, led by that man, Mr. Sean McVay, could not get it going as they lost 13-3 in the Super Bowl. So I ask you guys, I do or I don't believe that the Rams will be back in the Super Bowl this year.
Happy for you, Sean, but I'm going to bring it back down to earth for you for a second. I just think the NFC is too good. I'm talking Saints. I'm talking Eagles. I'm talking Bears. And you know there's going to be some Aaron Rodgers is back. There's a sneaky team out there, too, that's going to emerge. I just think the field is too good, and getting to the Super Bowl twice in a row is really rare.
I'm going to go with I do.
That's your pick, NFC.
I'm going with I do. Here's the thing. When you look at the way that they've been playing and the direction they've been trending, they had a good season the first year. They lose in the playoffs, and then they make it to the Super Bowl. And they did all that with a banged-up Todd Gurley. Oh, and I forgot. Cooper Kupp is coming back this year. Can you imagine?
I'll change my answer on Cooper Kupp. Hold on.
Yeah, you should, because if they add another weapon like him, just imagine what he would have done in the Super Bowl for Jared Goff to have another guy to throw the ball to. So I'm going with I do, because the way that Goff has been playing under Sean McVay, can you imagine his third season now underneath that system? And on top of that, Goff is coming towards a contract. There's different individuals on this team that want to get paid. Plus the aging superstars that are still on the squad. Time is of the essence. I'm going with I do. I like what the Rams are doing.
I'll make one note. One addition that's been huge for that team is Eric Weddle. I'm told that in practice already, he's kind of almost playing coach on the field. He and McVay are hitting it off real well. So maybe the defense is a little better also. Okay, number two. There are two first-time coaches this season that are both Sean McVay proteges. One is Packers' new head coach, Matt LaFleur, and the other is Bengals' new head coach, Zach Taylor. We've got one in the NFC North, one in the AFC North. I do or I don't believe that Matt LaFleur will have more wins than Zach Taylor in 2019.
I'm going to go with I do again. Yeah, just for the simple fact that you have Aaron Rodgers. As much as I love what Zach Taylor presents and the type of players that he has, it's tough to come out of that AFC North. I mean, it is a vicious, vicious division. But with Aaron Rodgers, you can't count him out, even though you got to respect the Vikings for what they've done over the last couple of seasons and the Bears last year. I'm looking at the Packers to kind of establish their dominance within that division.
I think the Bengals are going to surprise some people. I think they have a further way to go. They feel a little bit behind the Packers. Obviously, they have a better quarterback. But also, and I mean this with all due respect, I feel like at this moment going into this year that the Bengals are kind of the Lions of their division. They're sort of at the bottom. So I feel like the Packers can pick on the Lions still this year with Aaron Rodgers, and the Bengals in that division have no one to pick on.
Okay, let's go. Next question. While the Rams running back situation is a little murky right now, and Todd Gurley is looking to return.
A little murky, Peter.
Return to form after a left knee injury suffered last year. Chargers running back Melvin Gordon is also hoping to bounce back after missing 4 games last season. So I do or I don't believe that Todd Gurley, who had 20 touchdowns last year, will have more rushing yards than his L.A. running back counterpart, Melvin Gordon. Gurley or Gordon rushing yards?
I don't. I have less questions about Melvin Gordon. I think when healthy, he will carry the ball. The workload, he's the feature guy, and he's shown that he can do it, whereas Todd Gurley, that bike on the sideline, the fact that they drafted Henderson in the early rounds, they did that for a reason, and the only way to really keep your running back healthy is to limit his workload. So that's why I think we're not going to see 25 touches a game, more like 15 to 18.
Yeah, I'm going with I don't as well. You know, Melvin Gordon, I feel like, is the most disrespected running back in all of football. Seems like you just annually look over what he brings to the table, not just from a rushing perspective, but also catching out the backfield. And when you hear words like manage Todd Gurley, manage practice, for me, that says that there's going to be a lot of split carries. Let me move this forward a little bit.
But they pay him so much money, Peter, is the thing. If I was giving my running back $50 million, then it's like, yes, I'm feeding you the ball the entire time.
It's got to be healthy, Kay.
Yeah.
It's got to be healthy. Last one. McVay proposed to Veronica in the French Riviera. You can't really do that wrong, right? Sounds good.
Welcome to June.
So I do or I don't believe that wedding proposals at sporting events is okay. You've seen these a bunch.
I passionately disagree.
Okay.
Anyone, just don't. It makes me want to throw up.
Yes, Kay, I love it.
Every time.
Why?
Because you know why.
I don't know why. No.
And I love everyone who's done this. Sure, I think it's so tacky.
There you go, Kay. I'm in. I'm with Kay on this one, Nate.
Okay. All right.
Tell me make the case for why you should on the jumbotron.
Why would that be okay?
Let me hear.
Because I think if you want to make a woman feel like the most important person in the world, how about you do it in front of the world? Okay. A lot of guys can sit there and say how much they love someone and do it in the peace of their own home at a quiet restaurant.
Or romantic beach or the French Riviera. To the hell with that.
There's people that don't show their significant others on social media. How about you propose to your woman in front of the world? That right there is sending a message to everybody.
A guy's having a beer taking contest to your left. You've got, peanut shells on the floor, popcorn. Perfect place for a proposal.
Oh, you could do it at the center field. You could do it at the 50-yard line. You could do it in the middle of the basketball court in the playoff game.
He's getting sick right now.
Yeah, okay. You guys go ahead and do it at Olive Garden. Yeah, that's cool.
Is that the only alternative?
Just saying.
There it is.
That's it. It's a great segment. I'm in.
Sean McVay.
Hey, we need more coaches getting engaged. That's a great segment.
Content.
That's
Up
it.
next, let's talk about Marcus Mariota.